What's going on, Cancer? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having a fantastic week so far. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, shares, donations. Your support really is just the best, Cancer, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy your higher self has brought you here. You are in for an amazing journey. Now, the theme of this week's monthly spread is going to be business, Cancer. And with my intentions, hopefully we're going to have you business savvy in no time, just building empires all over the place. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Gems, I mean, I'm just just surrounded on both sides here. I mean, they are I'm loving the energy here, Cancer. It's good vibrations all around here. Now with this spread, I'm going to be pulling 10 cards, and I'll be doing clarifications as need be, and of course a good old surprise card at the end, Cancer. Why I spoil you so much, I'm not sure, but you know, we're not going to dig into that too deep. And in case y'all were curious, the deck that I'm using is a OG deck here. It's Aleister Crowley's Thoth deck, and I will include a link for this deck and other decks that I like using down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested, Cancer. But let's go ahead and excuse me, get into your first card, which is going to be the current situation. So, hiya self. What's the current situation looking like for Cancer in business? Let's see what you've been up to, Cancer. Excuse me. Are you, yeah, let's just see what's been going on for you. Oh, yeah, okay. Nice. You got the Six of Cups here, Cancer, and hopefully, I feel like with business, you know, maybe we're at this place, and maybe we're on vacation right now. You know, maybe we're doing some recreational stuff right now. You know, because I feel like with the Six of Cups, you know, this is a card about, you know, doing some things that bring us joy. So you know, maybe some of us have been in a place, you know, where maybe you've been working, kind of grinding for a while here, and maybe you're just like now giving yourself some good deserved rest here, you know, just kind of taking some space and just kind of just gathering yourself again, because you know, building an empire is exhausting. You know, it can take a lot out of you here. So then this is good. I feel like it's a good place, you know, to find that balance. You know, this is how we work. You know, the mantra is we're working smart and we're playing smart here. You know, because if we work from opposite extremes, you know, that can be a lot, having to bring, you know, you're all up in work and then have to bring up all into play. It's a long back and forth, where it's like, you know, as opposed to having like a good harmony here. And for some others, you know, maybe if we're not resonating with this, maybe if we have been feeling a little stressed out, a little just seem to like, it's just like we're pulled in every different direction here. Take a minute, Cancer. You know, you're allowed to take a break, you know, and give yourself that permission, you know, and not even just doing that, just give yourself some guilt-free, just like kick it, whether that means you going out for like going like camping, you know, maybe going to like a resort, maybe going to maybe even just chilling at home and just sort of unplugging, but allow yourself just like that guilt-free, just recreation. Because you know, when if we've been in a place of just like, you know, high anxiety, you know, where we're feeling maybe kind of run down, you know, just like sort of just like, oh yeah, I know I'm tired, but I'm gonna keep on pushing, you know, Cancer, those are signs that it's just like it's higher self saying like, hey, can we enjoy this journey a little bit here? You know, I appreciate the ambition, because you know, that could be another thing too. You know, maybe just some of us are just real hungry right now, and what I mean by that is just like real, just kind of, you know, you found this thing, you're just like really just been voracious with it, and that's dope, Cancer. But again, you can only that's only sustainable for so long. Every now and again, we got to kind of just kick back, relax, and just kind of enjoy ourselves here. And you know what, one more thing, you know, maybe for some others, you know, maybe we've been in this place, and maybe we've been having a little too much fun. You know, maybe we've been kind of neglecting our responsibilities, you know, and whether we're owning our own business, whether you're working at a company, you know, whatever that is, you know, maybe we've been kind of slacking, you know, maybe and if that's the case, you know, I would look into that. Why is that? If there have been, if we've been feeling like maybe we haven't been giving our all to something, is it because maybe we don't care for this thing, or is it because has something shifted? You know, because I feel like when we get into a place of like procrastination and things like that, it's not that you're lazy. It's just that you're not doing what you want to do. So maybe that's like, or at least that's in my opinion. You know, I feel like it's it's like a signal that, okay, maybe we can get some more kind of fulfillment out of this thing. And I think so. I feel like with that, because this the Six of Cups is the sun in Scorpio here. So if there's something that if there's something deep inside you that you've been wanting to explore, but you maybe been feeling a little maybe feeling a little apprehensive about maybe tackling this thing, Cancer, if you're in your workspace, if you got your wherever whether you're working at a place, managing your own business, if you're at a good place where that thing's kind of taking care of itself, see if we can kind of incorporate some other recreational things, or maybe some more passions that you have. And I feel like with time, that's going to help, not even just like maybe, start something really cool on the side here, but it could be maybe even kind of come into, maybe we can merge the two things together with whatever you're working on here, but the sky's the limits, and opportunities really open up for you, especially, when we're working from, when we're start doing things that fulfill us here, and it's just being honest with ourselves, if you're not happy with where you're at, and I'm not telling you, Cancer, keep in mind, I'm not telling you to quit your job, I'm just want you to get your happiness here, I feel you deserve to get the most out of this journey here, so treat yourself. So okay, yeah, we'll move on from there. A little bit to unpack, but I dig it. Business is a tricky one, but let's get to your second card here, which might be some challenges. So higher self, what are some challenges that Cancer might be facing with business at this time? Let's see what's going on with there for you, Cancer. Interesting. You got the Queen of Disc here, Cancer. So maybe some of us, I feel like we're worried about maybe taking that next big move here. Maybe we're thinking about like, because here's the thing, I feel like, sometimes when we think about, like, if you're trying to say, for example, you're trying to become like a manager, maybe we get to this place of like, we like the idea of it, but then it's like we look at all the responsibilities and then we might shy away from it. And in Cancer, I feel like it's, if there's more to take on this role here, this is just you're getting ready to acquire more tools here. Look at it as that way, because sometimes I feel like when we think about stepping up and stepping to higher levels of like executive positions or something like that, or even just starting up your own type of thing, that kind of things can if sometimes I feel like what comes with that can deter us sometimes. Maybe we feel like we're not able to rise up to the occasion, or that we're doubting ourselves here. But Cancer, because look at this Queen of Pentacles here. I love talking about this. She's got this whole field out here. She's got, the sky is the limit. She can do whatever she wants with this thing. And Cancer, she's excited about this energy here. This is Capricorn energy. And it's where I get where we may be, if this is resonating with you, I could get where if we may be afraid of starting stuff. It can be a scary. Well, I think what am I trying to spit out at you, Cancer? I think that with when taking on more, Cancer, that's the I feel like it comes to a place of don't doubt your abilities. I feel like sometimes we may sell ourselves short in the sense of like we see other people handle it so well, or maybe if I'm thinking like a manager role, maybe if we see like the previous manager had handled things so well and maybe they got a promotion, and now you're wondering, like, maybe you're worried about are you going to be able to fill those shoes or something along those lines. Cancer, of course you are, but it is going to be a different walk. You make this thing work for you. And you know what, Cancer? When I think about Cancerian, just in business, Cancers are the nurturers of the zodiac, the mothers, and it's, we like to establish a very kind of familial type of space here. I feel like every boss that, I remember working for a boss back when I used to be a bartender a few years back, and she's a Cancer. And the way that it ran, the way that she would run this place, I mean, she was so tight with everybody. She got me this really awesome gift. I mean, she was just that type of person, just like wanted everyone to feel like a family here. So if we're nervous about, imagining ourselves in like leadership roles here, Cancer, who better to do it? Because everyone, I feel like you may not realize that, to be able to not only be able to establish like a strong business, have that business rapport, but also be in a place where people want to come to your space and want to help you grow and help this company grow, or whatever, Cancer, there's power in that. You know, our you know, my son is in Cancer. You know, our energy it can be magnetic. You know, people, who doesn't love to feel that kind of like, you know, like you can be kind of friends with your boss. And I don't feel like, to Cancer, that that's not going to take away from your authority. If anything, that's going to get you more respect. You know, because they see that you're because, you know, cancers are no nonsense. You know, it's not like we're going to let you walk all over us just because, you know, we want to be buddy buddy. It's just like, you know, when we're about the business, we're about the business. So I know that's a lot to unpack there. Queen of Disc is a chatty one. I'm kidding, girl. But just something to think about, Cancer. You know, I know that was a lot to throw at you, but this is some big stuff that we're thinking about here, you know. And you know, I'm gonna kick it with you, you know, whatever you decide to do here. But I really just think I want to see you just making the most out of this thing, you know, just moguls all over the place here, Cancer. So, and I feel like we could really kind of change the game up. So just something to keep in mind. Now let's get to your third card, which is going to be where you may find some help with this energy. So higher self, where may Cancer find some help with this energy here? Let's see what energies may be coming in for you that may help you, Cancer. Oh, interesting. You got the Seven of Disc here, Cancer. And with the Seven of Disc, you know, I feel like where you may find help is really kind of facing your fears. You know, maybe we're in a place of, because the Seven of Disc is a card, one of the things that it can embody is a card of failure. Or one of the aspects it can embody is failure. It's a card of failure. But here's the thing. If we're worried about whether we're going to fail, if you let that fear stop you from doing what you're going to do, then the fear has won and the lesson hasn't been learned yet. Because we're painting this image of like, well, what if I'm not able to, for example, what if I'm not able to rise to the occasion? What if I'm not able to make a big business like everyone else? What if this thing doesn't take off? You know, all those what ifs. Well, let me throw a couple other what ifs at you, Cancer. What if you navigate this thing like a boss? What if you make the next big enterprise? You know, what if you rise up to CEO? You know, what happens when you realize how incredible you are, Cancer? You know what I mean? I feel like it's a matter of paradigm. You know, where your mentality's at, you know. And if you know, I think that if we take that restriction off of ourselves and just kind of keep on, you know, take that initial step here, because again, you know, Cancer, I don't know how I mentioned you're a cardinal sign. So you know, cardinals are your cardinal signs. You know, Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn are they're the initiators. You know, we usher in each season. You know, each of the signs or each of those signs. So you know, face this thing, Cancer, and you know, tackle that stuff head on, and know that you know, being a water sign, you'll be able to navigate through this stuff here fluidly, you know, and just kind of really feel the stuff. You know, it's just really understanding the energies that we have at our disposal here, and really taking those limitations off yourself, because this is Saturn in Taurus. And when I think of that, it's just like when we restrict ourselves and limit our potential here, then that's what's going to happen. Our vision is going to be small, because that's where we're thinking is small. You know, we're putting ourselves in a box here, you know, and trying to it's like trying to, you know, you planted this seed and then you put a cover over it. How is that going to grow? You know, let the pressure off of there, Cancer. Allow that thing to flourish, and know that you're going to be able to navigate this thing naturally. And of course, are you going to have hiccups along the way? Absolutely. Let's just get that out the way right now. That's just life, is going to ebb and flow. But if we learn to work with the energies, when we do get on, like, you know, when one of the mindfulness cards kind of come through here, you know, little strengths waiting to be discovered come through here, you're able to, you've had enough experience that you're able to provide yourself a cushion, so that it doesn't hit too hard, you know, doesn't hit that hard. Because maybe some of us too, you know, the pentacles have to deal with money, or the disc are pentacles and coins. I tell you, all the decks call them different things, you know, we're just abundance. But you know, if we're worried about even, like, you know, financially, if this thing is going to make sense, you know, Cancer, you know, it's if here's the thing, here's another thing to think about. All these doubts and fears, lay them out there, make a list of them, because then there's your checklist. Now you know what to tackle. Okay, I'm worried about how am I going to rise, you know, let's say, how do I look in this position? Okay, write that down. You know, figure out how would you manage a situation? You know, okay, if this situation comes up, what would I do in this situation? You know, and then just watch as this stuff here, build yourself up, Cancer, and I feel like that's going to help your confidence in the long run. So I think I'm gonna leave that there. Let's get to your fourth card, which is going to be some long-term gains. So, hiya self. What are some long-term gains for Cancer? You know, they're facing their fears. You know, they're realizing that they're champions. Let's see what are some long-term gains. Absolutely. Excuse me. Princess of Disc. I love when she pops up because I got a whole thing for her, because the Princess of Disc, she is pregnant with life. You know, she's getting ready to take this grove back here. This is her insert. This baby here, this is her empire that she's getting ready to birth into the world here. And you see she's pouring her energy into the scepter here, feeding all of that ambitions, that drive, that she's got that hunger. You know, she's ready to go out there and get it. She's pouring all this stuff here, and she's got that ground lit up, because bet you her dream is lit. Look at that, Queen of Disc. You know, here's how we started. You know, we've planted this seed, and then at the end of the thing, you're gonna evolve into a Queen of Disc, Cancer. It's only a matter of time here. And you know, Cancer, you know, now that you got some of these court cards that are popping up, you know, maybe if we're worried about, if we're not feeling like we're the most like, maybe like financially savvy or something along those lines. You know, Cancer, this is an age, we're getting ready to get into Aquarius season. You know, and Aquarius energy is all about, like, one of the aspects of them is that, you know, they're good networkers, and they think outside of the box as well. So Cancer, and then the just Cancer, just work with this energy here, because it's something really, I really feel like something, a real good nugget here is going to get ready to come out of this, whatever you're planning on doing. But really it just comes down to, again, of believing in the gifts that you have, and knowing that you have the abilities to leave a lasting impression, a positive impression on the world here, and really raise that vibration through the roof. So yeah, I feel like, you know, with time, you know, everything is going to start making sense, you know, once we start taking those steps, you know, and realizing again that these fears and whatnots, they're not meant to keep us down here. They're meant to turn you from a Princess of Disc to a Queen of Disc here. So I'm with that. I support that 100%. But that's some long-term goals here. You know, that's something to think about down the line. We're planting the seed right now, Cancer. You know, think about it. And if we're, again, you know, let this be, if you're like, well, when should I start? You know, let this be your first step, Cancer. You know, we're working it out right now, because this is the energy that you're bringing me. So it's like, you've seen it, I've seen it. Now let's go do something about it, Cancer. Let's go get that stuff here. But the next card that I'm gonna is going to be some short-term gains. So let's see, because I know that, you know, when we're thinking about long-term, it's like, well, what am I gonna get right now? I got you, Cancer. Higher self, what is it that what are some short-term gains for Cancer at this time? Let's see what's coming for you in the future, Cancer. Ooh! I know I'm doing the most, but look why. You got the Fortune card here, Cancer, and didn't look? Look at that. Take that all in there, Cancer. That's your fortune. And the thing with the wheel, and okay, let me come down a little bit, because the thing with the Wheel of Fortune, this is Jupiter energy here. And Jupiter is about that expansion, you know, that's about, it's Jupiter's known as a great benefactor, you know, it's like, in the charts, you know, it's kind of like where your luck is, you know, where you would get the most, how you would get the most bang for your buck out of your energy here. And the thing with the Wheel of Fortune is, if we stay in this place of what ifs, you know, if we're not moving, you know, we're in fears of, you know, failure and all of that stuff here, then this wheel is not going to turn. Just like I had to pull that card here, you're going to have to take steps towards your destiny here. And, you know, I'm not calling you silly, but the thought is silly to think that if we're, you know, that fortune is going to fall out of the sky if we're not doing anything. You know, Cancer, we still have to take action. You know, that's it. You know, we have to work with these energies here, because if we're denying ourselves, you know, if we're stuck in this fear here, then, you know, it's not that the Wheel of Fortune is just going to go away. It's just going to wait. It's just like, you know, I'm ready, Cancer. Whenever you are, I'm ready to I'm ready to take the jump. It's just, are you ready? Are you ready to Princess of Disc right now? Are you ready to invest in this fortune here? Because abundance can be all yours, and whatever that looks like for you. And that's another thing too. You know, maybe we're worried about Maybe we're comparing our fortunes to others. Maybe we're thinking like, I want to get how can I get the like next like Amazon, or how can I get one of those kind of giants? And it's just like, how do I do that? And it's just like, Cancer, you know it's not that I'm saying that you can't get there, but it's just like that those people had to go on their kind of journey and you have to go on yours. It's one thing to maybe want to like emulate some things that they want to do, but you're gonna have to tailor it to you at the end of the day and make it unique to you, because if we're trying to walk somebody else's shoes, the journey's going to be different, and it may not, how they went about their path may not work for you. You gotta do your thing, Cancer. So do your thing, because fortune is around the corner, because this is your short-term gain here. Remember that, Cancer. You wanted gratification. Here it is. And now let that be a motivator, because that absolutely, that would get me going. So yeah, I hope that gets you going here, Cancer, because yeah, this is dope energy here. Okay, let's let's get to and I'm getting ready. I was like, I thought we were getting ready to come down, but I'm getting ready to talk about your strengths, Cancer. That's going to be the next card. So stay geeked up. So higher self, what are some strengths that Cancer is going to be working with at this time, other than just making their own abundance? Let's see what's going on here, Cancer. I know, Cancer, I'm about to do the most, because look how you got me geeked up, and that's what you can do, Cancer. You can get other people geeked up if you tried, because look at this, Cancer. You've gonna make it rain. You got the Nine of Disc here. I know. I'm about to wake up everybody in the house, because look at that. Fortune is all over the place. Did I tell you what this is? Nine of Disc. Nine of Disc is about what is Nine of Disc about? Nine of Disc is about that success, that gain, and I feel like a strength is realizing that you can make your own resources. You can make stuff happen. That your abundance is within your control. It's just how do you want to go get it? You know what I mean? Because sometimes I feel like we may be putting some just kind of like just unnecessary pressure on ourselves. I feel like we can think, because you got a lot of earth energy here, Cancer. So I feel like it's one of those things. Just be practical with this energy here, but follow where your heart wants to go, because there's pinnacles to be, coins to be made here. We're disking up over here, and it's within your grasp. I really feel like maybe some of us, if we're doubting ourselves, don't sell yourself short, Cancer. You can get all the abundance that you want, and again, however that looks like for you. If you want $1 billion, go get it. If you want to help 1 billion people, go do it. Whatever gives you that fulfillment at the end of the day. It's just like, it's embodying our heart's desire here, and then focusing on that stuff here. I think and this is going to be kind of astrology according to Justin, but this is Venus and Virgo here. So I feel like it's like you take your heart's desire, you're taking all the things that you would love in a business, making that stuff happen, fine tuning that thing. When I think about Virgo energy is very adaptable, and very much, you want people to get stuff done. Virgo energy is going to get stuff done, and you're going to get it done, Cancer. It just comes down to believing in the fact that you can do this thing, that you can create your own cornucopia, if you will. Like there's some good stuff on the horizon here. This is a strong reading, Cancer. So just keep that in mind. I really feel like greatness is coming here. You're working with some good strengths here. Now we're going to come down a little bit, because we got to see where we can refine. The next card is going to be some weaknesses, or what I like to call them strengths, waiting to be discovered. So higher self, what are some weaknesses that Cancer might need to refine? Let's see. You're getting your abundance. Let's see how we can get some more. Let's see. Interesting. You got the Queen of Swords here, and I like that. More queens. Look at you, so regal. Cancer. I feel like the weaknesses is really understanding the strengths that you're working with here, because again, didn't I just say that? Because again, you're working with so much here. I don't even have enough hands to hold up what you got going on here. But the Queen of Swords is a type that she's any kind of things that's just going to lower her vibrations, is going to knock her off of her throne of clouds here. It's not. She's known as the liberator of the minds here. So Cancer, if we're really caught up in our heads right now, free yourself from that. Like maybe do some meditation, maybe go for a walk in nature, maybe go be by some water if weather permitting. Work with this stuff here. Find some clarity. Find a way to kind of to just sort of zen out for a second. And get a game plan. What is it that how does business look like on Cancer? Where do you want to go? Do I want to am I trying to are you trying to rise up? Are you trying to build your own thing? Do you want to are you trying to improve what you're doing? What does that look like? Apply it to your situation and understand again what you're working with here, because I really feel like maybe some of us might be selling ourselves short. And again, it's not that I don't feel like you're missing out on opportunities, because if it's just, it may not be that time yet, but when you understand that you can grab this thing and manifest this stuff whenever you are ready, I feel like that's when the magic is going to start happening here. Because keep in mind too, all the queens, they're represented by the cardinal signs here. So you got half the cardinal signs here, Cancer. I feel like, the higher self is, start taking some action, think of a practical plan. Think about how we're going to go about this thing, and then go about there and get it, Cancer. And you know what? Maybe too, because sometimes the in the Thotha deck, the queens and the princes could represent people as well, and this is not a gender specific reading. So finding maybe talking with some energies that maybe embody this stuff. Maybe if we know that we're the type that we have big ideas, but we have troubles maybe grounding this stuff here, maybe find someone who embodies this Queen of Disc energy. Maybe partner up with this person here. And maybe if we feel like maybe we have we have the stability, but we're just or the practicality, but maybe we're just maybe we've been sort of in a brain fog lately, maybe bouncing off an air sign, get someone who can throw you some ideas, find a sounding board, kind of pick their brain, find someone you trust with this thing, see if maybe we can work something out here, Cancer. But yeah, I just feel like, when you really because right now I just feel like we may be selling ourselves short, and that's not a problem, Cancer. You know I'm gonna be with you along this journey here, and I'm so excited when that revelation comes that you can get more, that all of this is within your grasp here. Look at that. It's almost like we forgot the Seven of Disc here. You see what I mean? It's just it's being just pentacles and clarity and fortune are coming for you, Cancer. So keep that faith. Let's get to your next card, which is going to be what to focus on in the present. So, higher self, what are some things that Cancer should focus on right now? Let's see presently, what are some things that you should be focusing on, Cancer? Cancer, come on, the Chariot. All right, we about to go in. Focus on your strengths. Cancer, this is insane. Here's what's up. The Chariot, maybe for some of us, here's what I feel like maybe you might benefit. Make this thing work for you, Cancer. I'm helping you, Queen of Swords. We're bouncing some ideas off of each other. Picture yourself, what does Cancer in, and think big. What do you see? Let's start with if your goal is you want to be a CEO. How does that look on you, Cancer? How does your desk look? What are you feeling? What's your daily routine going in there? Are you walking in with your cup of coffee or your cup of tea? You're sitting down at your desk, or you're getting your nameplate all situated, kicking your feet up on your desk, and realize, man, look at what I've accomplished. Because what I like about this the Chariot in this Thoth deck is that most of the chariots are going towards the thing. It's we're trying to we're making that decision and we're keeping that momentum. But this is the first one that I've seen where it's we're zen. He's already won. He's embodying his future self. You know what I mean? This is this is what I feel like visualization may benefit for some of you. You know, maybe getting like a vision board, you know, maybe that might be another thing, you know, just being in that energy already. You know, we may not be there yet, but imagine it, imagine what that feels like, you know, and you know how we're interacting with people and all of this stuff, Cancer. You know, I really feel like there's some, because Cancer, our card, come on, it's time to really tap into our strengths here, because this little bowl that he's holding here is supposed to represent the Holy Grail. That's his Wheel of Fortune right there. Be in your fortune right now. Understand, bask, revel in this energy, steep yourself in this energy here, and then watch, Cancer. It's going to be like a beacon, because higher self is going to feel that. You know, it's going to be, if we keep putting out things of fear, then that's what's going to keep coming back, doubts and all that stuff here. But we're walking around here like, psh, I'm the boss man, abundance comes to me with ease, money is just falling out of my pockets, I can't even keep up with it. You know what I mean, Cancer? Great things are going to be coming, but man, we have, but you know, it would just embody that, like, woof. This is solid, Cancer. You know what, I could stay on that all day, but let's get to your next card here, which is going to be what to focus on in the future. So higher self, what are some things that Cancer should focus on in the future? Because I tell you what, things are heating up. I'm with it. Okay, I dig it, and hang with me, because you got the Ten of Swords here, and the Ten of Swords. Normally this is a card of like you've been hitting, like this is like, you know, you're kind of like been hitting rock bottom. You know, we've been so much in our head, you know, it's been just like a whole, just like chaos been going on, you know, just a lot of self-doubts or whatever that's manifesting like for you, Cancer. But you know, this card can also represent heralding the end of delusions. So all of those false things that you've been telling yourself, you know, realizing that you are the Chariot, because duh, you are the Chariot, and that you deserve fortune, and that you can make this fortune happen. Not even that, just that you deserve it, but that you can manifest it whenever you're ready here. And it's just keeping that dual mindset, because this is the sun in Gemini here. And when I think about that, I think about the sun as like shining a light on stuff, you know, that's getting you that clarity. And it's like with Gemini's duality. And we could think about, it's like how we started out at the beginning. It's like we could either focus on our failures here and keep in that mindset here and trap ourselves, pigeonhole ourselves, and really doing your, and Cancer, this, you know, I'm not judging here, but it's a disservice if we're not, you know, making the most of your energies here. You know, you deserve to get everything that you desire here in business, however that, in life, and then especially in business. But you know, looking at it from another standpoint is just like how geeked up I am for you right now, Cancer, because again, this is the energy that you're bringing me. I'm not just like sorting through the cards to like, ooh, the Cancer like this one. This is what you're bringing me, so I know that you have the potential here. It's written all over the place. So yeah, realize that if we're this place of doubt, this all of this stuff here, that's coming to an end. It may not seem like it right now, but you know, when we're in it, but hopefully this gets you geeked up, Cancer, because man, I know I am. I'm excited to see moguls and just cancer empires just popping up all over the place here. So let's get to your last card, which is going to be some opportunities. So higher self, thank you for this. So what are some opportunities for Cancer here? You know, this has been fantastic, Cancer. Done. I'm done, Cancer. Let's switch back over. Come on. The Lust card. Oh, where am I at? The Lust card. Come on, Cancer. Confidence. Some opportunities, really realizing the vitality that you're getting ready to bring here, because with the Lust card here, the Lust card is considered, this is the Strength card in traditional decks, and it's like the strongest of the major arcanas here. This is Leo energy here. Come into your energy, you know, embody, okay, focus. This chick here on the back of the seven-headed lion is building a new eon here. You know, she's starting from scratch. She is in the middle of a Queen of Discs situation right now. She sees this field here and she's like, yes, I'm getting ready to manifest my universe here. And that's where that's the opportunity for you, Cancer. And I know maybe some of you are just maybe, you know, could be like, well, Justin, really, like embodying like is this dream really so grand? Yes, Cancer. If you want it to be that grand, why not? That's the real question. Why shouldn't it be? Why can't you make this thing as big and as bad as possible as you can? Because a thing too, the lust card is about like that. That's your magical power here. Your vitality, your energy here. You got it. You're bringing the power of the sun here. That's Leo's ruler. But you know, you have it, and I don't see, and I really with this what you just brought here, I feel like that really there is no ceiling. Whatever you want to accomplish, go get that thing, Cancer. So whew, I'm gonna leave that there. If you like that as much as I did, Cancer, because man, that was a trip, give that a thumbs up. Cancer, share this with every Cancerian you know. Let's get out there and show them how it's done. This is the year of the like. You're my second one here. I haven't seen all the other water signs here, but so far it's been there's Cancer. There's good stuff on the horizon here. I really feel like really make the most of this thing. What's next? Subscribe, hit that bell button. You'll get notified when I release videos each week. I'm getting better about being all up on Facebook. And then lastly, Cancer, I got the Chariot and Friends going up on here. Sun, if you got, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, wherever, go check that out, because you know what? There's been a lot of stuff going on there too. And when I'm recording this, we're going to get ready to get into the next super new moon cycle here. So Cancer, it's going to be in Aquarius. That means, this is time to really think outside the box, innovative thinking, networking, all of that stuff here. Make this, raise that vibration to the roof. So, and then, yeah, I think that's it. And all that housekeeping, I was like, what's going on? All that housekeeping is down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise card here so I can get you out of here. You know what, Cancer? You got the 5 of disc here. And maybe some of you right now, because I get where, because I know where it can seem like I'm doing the most right now, because it's like, maybe I'm getting you too geeked up, or you're like, well, Justin, this dream seems too lofty. I'm not sure how that looks. Cancer, do not stress. Because when I'm talking about getting geeked up and getting your fortune and all of that stuff, it's whatever that looks like for you, It's not about anybody else. What do you want? What do you want? What would fulfill you? And then make that thing happen. And if that is filling your cups at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. What I'm trying to get out of this thing, I'm so pumped up just because it can be great, because it doesn't, I keep talking about, big empires here. You might even want to start a mom and pop shop. I'm with that. I love mom and pop shops. Do it, Cancer, but when I think of abundance and all of that stuff, it really is just whatever it's tailored to you. So do that thing, Cancer. Go out there and get this stuff here, and really just enjoy this energy here. There's no need for stress anymore. It's all in the power of your hands here. You can mold this thing however you want, Cancer. So just keep that in mind. So I dug that, Cancer. I'm gonna leave that there. So stay safe out there. And Cancer, because you helped me level up 10 points. So go help other people level up here, Cancer. You got it in you. And I will catch you on the next one later.